So this news is about a week old, but I just found out about it, and I think it's very interesting regarding the future of Star Wars. This is an article straight from StarWars.com talking about the new Hasbro line of toys. I guess Hasbro is doing like a 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm line of toys, which I don't know why they're calling it 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm if it's only Star Wars toys. Like that means we if it's just Lucasfilm in general, not just Star Wars, then where's the Indiana Jones toys or God forbid the Howard the Duck toys? Any movie made by Lucasfilm should qualify, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I think this is very carefully worded in here. Let me just read it out. It says Hasbro Pulse reveals Lucasfilm 50th anniversary products and more. This first line's interesting in it, and I'll get to why by the end of it. You'll understand why. It says no matter what era of Star Wars you love most, Hasbro has you covered. Does that include all eras? Like when they say that makes it sound like they mean all of them. But as you'll see as I read, I don't know if they actually mean that. That was made clear in today's Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday, in which the action figure and toy masters revealed special products celebrating Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary and much more. Plus, Hasbro also let fans know about even more collectibles that are in the works but only in early stages of development. From prequel-era bounty hunters to Endor-style Leia Organa to a member of the Bad Batch, there'll be something for everyone. Check out all the reveals and announcements below. So first off, it says Star Wars The Black Series. Hasbro is re-releasing some fan-favorite figures under the Lucasfilm 50th Anniversary banner for those who missed them the first time around. The range coming spring 2021 includes the Battle Droid, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Jar Jar Binks, all in Episode 1 inspired packaging. That's pretty cool. It's got like the 50 Lucasfilm on the cover. Like I might actually get some of these. So yeah, there we go. We got all those characters from Episode 1. I don't know if that means they're going to go throughout, like this is the first wave and then they're going to do Episode 2 and then Episode 3 or whatever. But and then it says Star Wars The Vintage Collection. For those who love the classic 3.75-inch scale, and who doesn't? That's kind of weird. Why did they put that in there? For those who love the classic 3.75-inch scale, the Vintage Collection strikes back. Several highlights from the 1996 Kenner line will return as part of the Lucasfilm 50th Anniversary celebration in spring 2021, including the AT-ST driver, Papalu the Ewok, and Princess Leia in Endor fatigues. I guess I didn't realize Kenner was still around in 96. I thought they were long gone by then. So yeah, there we got images of all of them there. I wonder if these are like as close as possible to the old ones, or if these are completely new molds. Those specifically are available exclusively at Walmart. And then it says, that's not all. Some icons of animation and a trooper from the upcoming Star Wars The Bad Batch will also be getting the action figure treatment in spring 2021. That's interesting that they're including the animation stuff. That tells me, and this is a good thing, it tells me that Lucasfilm sees their animated shows sees them as just as valid as their movies, which I think most fans agree that they are. They're not just some kid's cartoon that you can disregard. Because that was like, the animated stuff was the last things that George himself was involved in. Ahsoka Tano and Maul, based on their Mandalore looks from Star Wars The Clone Wars final season, join the Vintage Collection, while the Elite Squad Trooper will come to life in the Black Series. So there's Ahsoka from her Season 7 look, Maul from his Season 7 look, and then I thought that was a Death Trooper at first, but it's not. Original Kenner Deco Star Wars The Black Series. Hasbro will pay tribute to the very first Star Wars toys with some classic 6-inch Black Series figures, repainted Kenner style, along with Kenner-inspired packaging that features the Lucasfilm 50th Anniversary logo. First revealed via IGN, the figures in this series include Greedo, Jawa, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, all arriving spring 2021. So yeah, these are just directly based on the originals. You got Greedo, Jawa. Oh, that looks weird. Why he has two capes on? He's got his normal like cloak on, but it's molded with plastic, and then he's got another fabric cape over that or cloak. It looks stupid, to be honest. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is that how they really did that with the Jawa back in the day? Maybe they're just copying exactly how they did, and if that's the case, that's pretty stupid. Because I know they had those like, well, I see they have updated lightsabers because some of their lightsabers look really dumb in those old ones. They looked very strange. I guess that's just like 70s toy making for you. They weren't as advanced. And then those are available for pre-order exclusively at Amazon. I skipped over the prequel ones. I think those are available at Best Buy. So it's Best Buy, Walmart, and Amazon. And then it ends with, always in motion is the future. While no product images were ready, Hasbro revealed a few figures coming down the road at some point in the future. Spoiler, they'll be worth the wait. I wonder what that means. The 6-inch Black Series will welcome Tech from the Bad Batch, Aura Singh from the Clone Wars, Zero and Koska Reeves from The Mandalorian, and General Lando Calrissian from Return of the Jedi. While the 3.75-inch vintage collection will add IG-11 from The Mandalorian and Lando Calrissian Star Wars Empire Strikes Back to its ranks. Notice they aren't. I don't think I've seen anything from Solo. Like they never put out the Donald Glover Lando figure, and for good reason. I don't know if anyone likes that version of Lando. But what did you notice about all that? What's sticking out like a sore thumb? The beginning of the article said, no matter what era of Star Wars you love most, they have you covered. Well, here's prequels, and then original trilogy, Clone Wars, Mandalorian. What's missing there? Oh, that's right. There's no sequel trilogy characters. There's no Rey. There's no Finn, Poe, Holdo. You know, all those beloved characters that people like. I'm being sarcastic if that's not obvious. But that's a very interesting thing for Star Wars to do, to say in the beginning, basically acknowledge, yeah, these are all the eras right here, and then not mention the sequel trilogy whatsoever. That tells me I think there's a tide turning at Lucasfilm where, because they see the writing on the wall with, like, they did a poll and they asked everyone what their favorite characters were, and I think Kylo Ren was the only sequel trilogy character in like the top 50 that made the list or something like that. Oof, that's not good. And also, go to any of your local Walmarts and look in the clearance section. You'll always find sequel trilogy characters. I mean, here, look, I'll put a picture up right now of a Dio a stuffed Dio that I saw at my own Walmart for clearance. And that's not the only time I've seen that. I've seen plenty of times. I've seen like Jyn Erso dolls and Rey and like Rose Tico character or action figures in the clearance aisle, and it's just kids don't want them. There's no, or maybe it's not kids. Like maybe it's adults that, because really, if you think about it, the sequel trilogy was supposed to be for adults who grew up with the originals, and so they wanted their original characters more, and with all these characters that nobody cared about, that didn't have very much to do in the movie. I mean, they did, but they were not written very well. And so there's a reason. There's definitely a reason why their merch does not sell at all. And so I think, they're not dumb. They know that the Mandalorian merch sells extremely well. Like, I mean, they can't keep Baby Yoda merch on the shelves for very long. So I mean, Disney is a money first company, so they see that Mandalorian merch sells. Sequel trilogy merch does not. Clone Wars stuff sells. So I think they're going to double down on what sells for their future projects. So that tells me that I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are probably steering the ship now at Lucasfilm and not Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, they can kind of have their cake and eat it too, because with these figurines, technically, if you think about it, none of these characters were created by Disney. Like, they weren't made from whole cloth by people at Disney. They were all Lucas creations. But I guess technically, if you really wanted to get semantic about it, the Season 7, there's a reason why they chose the Season 7 looks of Maul and Ahsoka, and it's because Season 7 was the first season of Clone Wars and the final one under Disney. So otherwise, I think that means they'll get some. I think George gets a lot more royalties when they use his characters, and that's why they tried so hard to push their own characters, but nobody wanted them. Everyone loved George's characters, obviously. So I think that's the reason why they chose that design, those designs, because they were. You could say that they were technically made by Dave Filoni and Lucasfilm, because those are those are episodes from like that were being developed like in 2012 or something, like right before the acquisition. So they were still technically Lucas creations, but again, semantically, they released under Disney. So yeah, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. So what does this mean for the future? Like, are they just going to try to ignore the sequel trilogy because they see that it has divided the fan base too much, and they're going with stuff that is like universally beloved? What do you guys think of them basically blatantly ignoring it? Unless this is, like they hinted at more to come, unless there are sequel trilogy figures coming, but we'll have to wait and see. But I have the feeling there won't be. But maybe I could see Indiana Jones figures coming, because again, this is not just Star Wars anniversary. This is Lucasfilm's anniversary. So with the new indie film coming, I could see new Indiana Jones figurines. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think that they're purposely ignoring the sequel trilogy here to add further credence to the rumors that that's what's happening now? That they're going to try to basically make them an alternate reality or alternate universe in the timeline? Or are they just waiting to release or to announce the sequel trilogy figurines? What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching.